Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Untouchable. Random Moments with Untouchable. Thank you for tuning back. If you're coming back, if you're a first timer, thank you for just watching through my video. I'm not gonna start saying please subscribe, please. No, because I haven't been consistent, so I can't beg you guys to do that. So let's see how I do better, then I can start begging. But if you do enjoy the video, you can share, like, and if, of course, if you want to subscribe, please go ahead. Thank you. That being said, from this video, I guess, in this series, you're going to get to know me on a different level, I guess. So when I first started out my YouTube channel way back, oh Lord, if I was consistent, then my growth would have been like this. But consistency is something I lack, and I'm working hard on it. But yeah, I started up being like, I wasn't gonna really bring my personal life into the YouTube world. I was just gonna do that on my Snapchat. So my Snapchat has my personal life a lot, but growing and just trying something different, I was like, you know what, why not? Let's see how it goes. You know, probably not a lot of my personal life, but some that I can resonate with, because recently I've been going through a phase of I'm trying to find the term, uncertainty, English show. And I was checking on YouTube to see if I can see things that were relatable. I found a few things. I have a few people that I followed, and I was like, okay, I can kind of relate. Okay, I can see that. But I was like, you know what? Let me just live as I'm thinking. I don't know if I'm making sense, but yeah. I don't want this video to be too long. This is going to be a backstory video, and then we're going to do the next episode and next episode, and we're just going to keep doing that. So, married apart. So backstory, my husband and I got married in 2018, but before then we had been we knew each other from childhood. So I used to have a crush on him. I'm gonna tell you a quick story, don't judge me after this. And I used to know him teenage years, still in secondary school. He was dating a family friend who was older, so I always thought he was older, so I always call him brother Daniel. That's his name, brother Daniel. And sometimes I would even help my said family friend to like write letters and love letters, even though they were kind of how I was feeling, because I was crushing hard on him. I'm not even gonna lie, I was. But you know, life happened. I traveled, you know, he was still back home, and we reconnected again in 2017, then had a breakup. Most people who know me know that story. We're not going to talk about that yet. We'll talk about that later in the future. But anyways, we reconnected in 2017, and we kind of like, oh, I had a crush on you. He's like, oh, really? Me too. I was like, oh, okay. I want to say I shot the first shot-ish. I think I shot my shot, I think. But yes. So anyways, we got talking, and we knew what we wanted to. It didn't take about 6 months. We got married, and yeah. So at first we talked about what we wanted as a family. My husband wasn't too keen on moving abroad, which is weird because most people want that opportunity. He just kind of had a whole vision in his head and plan, obviously. So we're like, let's just see how it goes within the first year. So we're not really pushing or trying to say, okay, let's do this or let's move. With the first year, we're just like, okay, let's even see, maybe just try visiting and see how you like it. And wait, hold on, before we get to that part. So when we got married in 2018, right, before we had gotten married, I'd always, in fact, I think I have one video, I have to find the video where I was already trying to get pregnant even before I got married. I was like, well, nobody will know. Let's just do this thing, get pregnant. I walk down the aisle. My husband is typical pastor's kid. I'm a pastor's kid too, in case you don't know, but my husband is more of a pastor's kid. So he was all like, no, we're not doing that. We're keeping ourselves holy after marriage, blah, blah, blah. And he really kept to those words. He didn't even play, tried seducing. My husband didn't answer me. So I was like, okay, no problem. I was like, well, if we don't have any kids, I'm going to blame you. Long story short, we didn't have sex. So I will tell you why I'm bringing this, because then when, of course, obviously, I knew that I had plans for how my life was going to go. And almost everybody has plans. Married at 25, finish having kids at 30, but Life doesn't go that way, obviously. Didn't get married till I was 28. God, I don't old. Yes. So yeah, I was there like, I'm on the clock. I have to have kids. I have to have kids. And that was that. So I say that to bring it to tie it into the whole relocating thing. So for us, it was like, okay, we had a year to make a decision because we wanted to start a family. So I was thinking, okay, if I get pregnant, then it would give him the zeal or ginger to want to move. Anyways, we tried the first visiting visa, nada. And mind you, I think so many of my story, being married and having a kid, was God teaching me patience. I lack patience as a virtue. And it's something that is needed in every woman. But me, I can tell you, and it's not something I'm proud of now, but back then, with most of my exes, they will tell you, my patience level is zero. Very, very zero. So I want it now. I get it now. And I've always kind of, whatever I wanted, I got. Because it was things maybe I thought in my head I could control. You want this one, you work for it, you get it. And so for the first time in a very long time, it was like I knew how many people I'd helped to get visas. I knew how many people I'd helped to come here and resettle. So why is my husband's one so hard? So he did the first one and they didn't give him visiting. And so that kind of just really broke our heart. And it was like I wasn't expecting it, he wasn't expecting it, and that kind of just gave him the whole thing of, do I even want to move? And on my own head, I'm like, I didn't even mind the idea of relocating to Nigeria, but at the same time, he didn't also want that for me. He was like, I don't want you doing such heavy sacrifice, so let's just see. So we did this whole long distance relationship that we had done for a year, and now we're doing it into the marriage. So here's the backstory. So now we've been married 2018. So come 2019, come 2018, 2019, the baby didn't come. We've had visiting in between. So with my husband and I, what we did was at least try to see each other twice a year, because when they ground, if they fly, I mean, I always kind of be like, these people that can just fly to Nigeria, wake up tomorrow and just enter plane, just fly to Nigeria, must be nice. So I really want that, but most of us have to plan, save money and do that. So for us, it was like twice a year. And then one time I think we did another country, so that it didn't be like, it was like a vacation. I think we did Dubai or something. Again, that kind of helped us. It was still the early stage of the, I wanted to say pregnancy, oh Lord, it was still the early stage of the marriage. So obviously we wanted the whole idea to still spice up our marriage and keep us excited. And the long distance tells on you. So I don't know whether dating long distance is different from married long distance as much, because I only dated him for about less than a year long distance. But being married long distance is, oh Jesus, I don't have the best word to describe it. Let me tell you, and for me, I'm a moochy person. When I mean moochy, like I'm PDA, I am gummy, I'm emotional. I want to hug, I want to kiss, I want to touch, I want to be touched. So it was like, there's no way I can survive being apart that long. How? When in the night I want to hold something, I want to hold somebody, and you're telling me he's thousands of miles away. And I didn't know how we're gonna survive it, but he was just like, let's just start. Let's not even think about it. Let's have things to focus on. And so we started. I poured myself into the job. I was just working. He poured himself into the job. We'll talk. Sometimes when we want to see each other, we'll probably like TMI, watch like some kind of exotic stuff. And he'll be like, and I'll be like, God. Oh man. So that kind of kept us going. I'm saying things like, people be like, what are the things that keep you going in long distance? It's a lot of prayer, a lot of things, thinking outside the box, a lot of things you probably would not do on a normal day, but we need latishe. You need to do it to keep yourself going. And so I lost my train of thought. Okay, so now we've tried this long distance marriage thing for about a year. So in 2019, I came up with a plan. I'm like, bro, I need a baby. I'm going crazy. Like each time we would meet, it would be like, okay, this is the time I'll have the baby. And people be like, I'm sure you're pregnant now. Womb watchers and all. And I don't necessarily get angry with the womb watchers, maybe because I was one. And I think, again, most people come from a very bad place, but most people come from a good place. And sometimes I would catch myself in the past saying, "Oh, I can't wait for your baby," or "Oh my God, you have," like, you would say these baby things. And I think now I'm officially one of those womb watchers who have grown to understand their mistakes. So when people were doing it to me, I wasn't upset, because I was like, hey, you asked people to, it's okay for people to ask you this thing. So when they were asked, I'll say, I know we're still trusting God, we're still believing God. So in 2019, I made a very drastic decision. My husband was like, are you sure? I was like, this is what I want, and this is what has to happen. So I packed my load. I think I have a video about this somewhere. I'll find it and I'll upload it too in one of this series. But I packed up everything, put it in the storage, quit my job. It was like I was leaving America for good. I wasn't even thinking about anything. Took all my savings and I was like, you know what, I'm moving back home. So I went to Nigeria in 2019 and I started living with my husband. That was the first time we had lived together as husband and wife for a very long time. So I was there for about a year trying to have a baby. Trying to have a baby. That's a story for another day. But if you've watched my pregnancy video and pregnancy journey and all that, you would kind of know the background story. But this one's mostly focusing on us just living apart as a couple. So I got pregnant, stayed a few more months in Nigeria. Then obviously my husband was like, you have to have the baby in America. You have to have the baby in America. And so, of course, I came back. I had the baby boy, 2020, beautiful. Having a baby felt like it was going to make life much easier. I won't lie to you. I remember telling my husband, I was like, you know what? Once I have the baby, I won't feel this long distance anymore. I'll have a part of you here. I lied. I'm not ashamed to say I lied. And I will tell you why I say I lied. Because having a little human and not having that your partner that you had this human with, and memories are being formed, it's a different kind of pain. And again, I'm not even trying to be ungrateful. I am grateful for the moments that I did have, grateful for the moments that the fact that I could still see his dad. Because some people, they lost their partner. What are they going to do? Kill themselves? No. Or some people, their partners are not even available, or one situation or the other. But I think my own was knowing that his dad was accessible. His dad wanted to be there. His dad would love this opportunity, but because of distance and some freaking politics, we can't have that moment. So a lot of that frustration started to build in, and it was like that was a whole different term into our marriage. So now, not only are we married apart, living long distance, now we are becoming parents. And parents married in a long distance. I say long distance because it's not something that can be fixed with money per se at the very moment. And so I was like, yeah, that's the best way to call it, long distance. I would continue the series more into depth about how we've been, how we are, what the plans are, a little more details into the journey so far. But this would just be episode 1, giving you a little bit of the background story and how we got here. But yes, I think you guys get the idea and the concept of what the series is about. So please, like I said, feel free to leave a comment, a share, a like, however you can. Send some encouragement if you want. You know, if you've been in this situation, if you are in this situation, I need to talk to you. I'm definitely going to bring in other people who have been in this situation, who have been in this situation, or who are in this situation, and maybe just getting a different point of view sometimes might help. And so, with that being said, I want to thank you again for watching. I really appreciate you. This is January 2022. Let's see if we can get consistent in this year. Till next time, I love you guys. Mwah, mwah, mwah.